let's go ahead and import these two lines. So exchange equals CCXT.femex. You know, it forgot to put in the keys, so I need to add the keys here. And let's go ahead and do that just really quickly. So to add my keys, pretty easy to do. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy paste from my other one. You can see what it did is it initialized CCXT.femex perfectly, but then it just didn't add this part because it probably doesn't have, well, it obviously doesn't have my API keys. And I just set it up through a don't share config, so I don't share it on YouTube, but essentially you could put your keys in like that without this part, and your secret in like that as well, and you should be connected to the exchange. So that's pretty good. It was able to look up the documentation for getting the keys. I could probably say, what is the function, or how can you show me how to connect to CCXT with, can you edit the code? Can you edit the code above in order to use my key and secret to connect to the exchange, to Femex? Let's see if it goes ahead and gives me an example. Certainly, to use your API key and secret, you build a constructor, and this is how you do it. So import CCXT API. Okay, this is how they're doing it. And this is exactly what I did as well. As you can see here, just made that edit. And this is what's cool about it. You can keep talking to it, and it just made an edit, and now it's gonna redo the whole code. So as you can see, my highlighted part is here, and this is exactly what they did. Now you can't see this part because I had to hide it into another file called don't share config. But the thing that I want to do next is, like, can you write out this part of code? You add this part of code that you missed above. And then what did it say? It said hold for at least 5 days. Let's see how smart this is. Hold for at least. Certainly, here's an example of how you can modify the code to hold the BTC for 5 days. Okay, look at this. And now they import time. So I'm going to import that one as well. And this is pretty amazing because it's like talking to an engineer, right? So first time through, they're like, hey, you could do it this way, but I actually didn't write the code. Second time through, I asked them to figure out the key situation. And look at this, look at my API key. Like, I've done this in the past by hand. It goes and looks at the docs and figures out how to do that. So this is quite impressive. And then look at this right here. It went ahead and now updated the function to say hold for 5 days. So off the top, like my first description here, it didn't do it perfectly, but then after I talked to it a little bit and added some feedback, it went ahead and built a pretty solid algorithm. Now, is this an algo that's gonna be profitable? Probably not, but it's a really great example of how ChatGPT and OpenAI, you know, this is pretty amazing. As a developer, like, now I can throw an idea into the OpenAI and it can kind of like guide me along the way. Is it perfect?